Just do something a little bit different. But you guys are used to balcony chats. I just wanted to warn you ahead of time. I would be talking about Dark Shadows. We'll talk about some other stuff too. There's other stuff going on. I actually had no sound. Oh no. Try reloading. I honestly didn't watch my. No wait, people heard me at the last one. I just did a test stream. Us, what's up to us? Swap Cabbage says what's good, Nikki? Hope all's been well. Patrick says hope you're well. Yeah, try reloading. See if there's sound. Okay, no, okay, yeah, good. It's just a sun and a water sign, so it just the best and worst stuff happens to me when the sun's in a water sign. It's technically my lucky time of year when the sun is in a water sign, but I found out through trial and error just looking back the best and worst stuff happens. Something good can't happen without something bad to follow closely on its heels. So I'd prefer nothing happens at all, but good stuff is going to happen whether you want it to or not. And then you just sit and wait for the other shoe to drop, and something bad happens to steal its thunder. What's up, we owe you, Bill Cooper? Glad you made it. I was thinking about you. I forgot to. I didn't realize I was going to be doing a balcony chat today. On when's the last time we were at the show? Wednesday. Wednesday. So I would have said something. I forgot to put the phone number in case anybody wanted to call in too. That's okay. I really just I got up and I was setting everything up. I had written up everything to do a review, and as I was setting up the show, I'm like, wait a minute. Today's the 60th anniversary. I ought to do so. Hold on. I got that all set up and ready to go. Um, uh, where to start? I know I'll just do a little sandwich of information here. Yesterday, I don't think I've known about this for more than a day or two, but I follow one page on Facebook and they occasionally mention Dark Shadows news, and then I follow a lot of accounts on Tumblr that are Dark Shadows fans. Oh yeah, Patrick said it's Dandy's birthday on Monday, so that means it'll be Patrick's birthday too. So happy preemptive happy birthdays to you guys. Strippers are on the way. Uh, like I don't necessarily follow any news channels for anything, but other people I do follow them, so I find out about things against my will. But what it is, there was a some kind of new Dark Shadows thing coming out. It's like, oh boy, what's this gonna be? So I look at the article, I actually click on it. What they're doing is, eh, it's going to be ABC is doing this. So keep that in mind. They're doing an animated adult Dark Shadows. Okay, adult, but ABC. So how adult is that gonna be? Now, initially, I don't care. My first thought was I don't give a fuck. Um, we owe you Bill Cooper's 60th anniversary. That is a long old time, right? And people were watching this on TV and acting on the show, so they're older than 60. Like, what? How is that possible? Ah, it's crazy. And because I noticed last year I've got a Dark Shadows video that was getting a lot of clicks on this day, and then it took me about 2 days to remember. Oh, that's because the show premiered back. Derp. So I don't know. It was put together. Okay. There's holidays or special events coming up ahead. It's just one day after another to me. Like, right. The show that the video is about. Right. Um, Now, initially, I don't give a fuck because, like, a lot of the actors from the show are no longer with us. But then I officially won't care at all unless they are going to use some of the actors from the show who are still with us, which there are a handful of them. Patrick, 64 on Monday, quite old. You're only as old as you feel. You got those new eyes. So you can you got the eyeballs of a 30-year-old now or something. So it's okay. And I did get rid of, I don't have the LED bulb. I've got incandescent bulb in there now, so my hat should look like I watched my last show back. My hat was doing some kind of indigo thing, but it is purple. Um, so if they get some actors who are still with us to voice characters on the show, great. I would be interested in it then. But if you're just gonna hire some brand new jack-offs who've never even watched the show to voice characters they don't know anything about, zero fucks given. And I don't have anything against animation or ABC or adult animation, but what do you know they're gonna try to modernize it. So I don't I doubt it's gonna hold to the spirit of the show. I doubt it's gonna be scary. How exactly adult can it be? It's not. They were touching on. It wasn't like Law and Order SVU 60 years ago, so you really don't have to make it any safer than it already was. They already tiptoe around things you just could not mention back then. So, like how adult are we talking? Like Hannibal, which I didn't really watch the TV show. I just mean the movies. Oh, it's up, Pam. It has been on for a very long time in reruns. Oh, that's terrible. AI animated. See the actors who have passed them. Barnabas, Julia, Roger. They picked up from 1971. They were going to be in 1971 where they left off. Yeah, it was something like from what I remember from the article, something about continuing or things having to do like with Collinwood. So, but like just inside Collinwood, like Liz, Roger, Carolyn, David? Are they going to branch out? Or are we going to hear about like Maggie? Are they going to mention Barnabas at all? You can't. See, this is where it's pissing me off. You cannot. Like, Jonathan Frid is Barnabas. Full stop. If you want to play Barnabas, you can either do a Jonathan Frid impression or you can make the character your own. So that's what the voice actor is going to have to do. You're either going to have to mimic Jonathan Frid or just do something completely else with the character, voice acting wise. So they're not going to get it right. Whatever they choose, they're not going to get it right. Same thing with Willie. Nobody else sounds like John Carlin. You're going to fuck that up. How are you going to get somebody who delivers lines the same way as Julia? You get what I'm saying? You can't remake this stuff. It can be. I don't have any hope for it at all. But again, if they have, say, like David Selby on and Catherine Lee Scott and whoever else is still with us, Nancy Barrett is still with us. Like if they have them on, great, I would be interested. But if it's not, I really don't care. I wouldn't even consider it canon, and I don't know, man. I mean, like, yeah, it's on ABC, so I can just get the app for free and check it out when it comes out. But I'm not sitting on the edge of my seat waiting for it to debut or anything like that. Consider the way people rip apart the Dark Shadows film from 2012. People either act like it does not exist, they act like it crashed their grandmother's funeral. It's, nobody. Like I will give it a chance. I did watch it. I am totally fair with It's what people in 2012 thought the 60s was like. It's most of the people who watch that film have never seen Dark Shadow, so it's appealing to them. Tim Burton was really more Disney-fied by then. So, like, yes, I understand he grew up with the show. Maybe he turned in a script that was totally different, and Disney's like, no, we're doing this with it. I don't know. I was not in the room. So, but people hate that film with a burning passion. Yeah, Pam, don't watch anything AI. That's not good. That's bad. You're better off watching. Pardon me, the original stuff. Watch the movies. That's not. It's not canon if it's AI. I don't care what anybody says. Just Patrick says that England just won 2-0. Nice. Oh, what's up, JP? Glad you made it. Smash that like button right meow. Patrick says going on midnight here. Whoa, 91 Fahrenheit this past week. It's been hot. I've been seeing the memes that it's hot over there. I thought they were making it up. Dude, that's too much. It's good. Like next week, like it's fine now. It's gonna be fine tomorrow. But then, like Monday through Sunday, it's just like everything is up in the 30s Celsius, and then like 35, 36, 37 on the first. What the fuck? That is proper roasted out. Roasting, like dangerous hot. Like 90, what did I say, 98 degrees Fahrenheit? That's not cool. That's definitely not cool, literally and figuratively. Oh, Pam says, I've seen all of Dark Shadows, and I'm the first generation of DS. You can't understand unless you see it. I wouldn't watch anything. I don't care if they did an entire series about Willie Loomis and his backstory. I still would not watch it. And I'm a diehard John Carlin fan, so I won't touch anything AI. Wheel Evil Cooper says, turn on the AC, Patrick. Dude, Pam says, I like your hat. Thank you. I love this hat. It was a gift. JP says it's going to be 90s all week in Minnesota. Not husky weather. No, yeah, like I don't know if it's just, I didn't know if it was just me or if it's everywhere, but it's just like it was hot for a while. It cooled down a bit, got reasonable. And then all this 30 shit is gonna happen. Like it just cannot, and like no rain to cut it out of the way. So we'll see. It's if I follow enough people who follow Dark Shadows news, and I'm sure I'll hear about it when it gets closer to premiering. So again, if they get original actors on to voice characters, that's fine. It doesn't even have to be like I realize Joan Bennett's no longer with us, so if they get uh Nancy Barrett to voice Elizabeth, that's fine. You know, they don't have to play the exact same characters they were on the show. But if they get the OG actors, great. If not, zero fucks given. William Cooper hat looks very good on you, Nikki. Great color. Yeah, I finally got a incandescent bulb. Don't get an LED bulb. That's what I had last week. Pam, is this able to show you pictures of John Carlin? AI, I would not look it. I'm in a fan page and they will post a lot of, it's like they'll take old pictures and air quotes enhance them, which I mean I know just means using AI on them, so I just scroll past them. I will not look at them. I'd rather see blurry old pictures of him from the 60s with the like the extra button undone on the shirt. He knew how to wear a shirt, right? um I don't look at AI as just devil worship. I don't. That's not cool. I don't hate people enough to look at AI. I like to be in my chat room talking to people and dealing with people too much to. That's the other thing I was thinking too. Is it really going to be animated, or are they really going to use the Satan search engine to make it? Because I'm really not going to watch it then. I don't care who voices what. Patrick, yeah, the hat looks a proper purple color now. Yeah. It just don't get LED bulbs. All they sell in the store is LEDs, so I had to order some from Amazon. And I'm not proud of that, but I need to have the right color for this. So it's just priorities. It's got to be 60-watt incandescent bulbs, and then I do have to cover it up with a white bed sheet and a pastel purple bandana, but then I've got a white dry erase board around it, behind it to get some more light on myself. It makes it okay. I mean, I am wearing a black shirt and I've got dark hair, so I understand that's not going to come up very much, but that's not what important. The hat's important. I don't know about Barnabas and Julia getting married. I mean, yeah, she's better for him than. Why does Barnabas always have ladies after him that he's got zero interest in? Like, he doesn't want anything to do with Angelique, and she's always on his nuts. And then he doesn't want, like, he's like friendly with Julia at least, but he doesn't want to take her to bed, but he cannot get her off of him. It's like white on rice. Oh, thank you for bringing that up, Pam. Asking if I'm going to, because they're having a Dark Shadows festival in California. It's going on July 31st through August 2nd. I believe it's going to be like at the airport in LA, and there's still tickets available. That's what Catherine Lee Scott just said. Um, no, I don't have the money to travel, but like Catherine Lee Scott is going to be there. So Maggie Evans and David Selby. I haven't gotten that far in the review yet, but oh my god, he's going to be there. Yeah, I'm so jealous of that, but no, I won't be able to go. She says they also have a small one on October 31st in Terrytown. They always seem to do something on Halloween in Terrytown for Dark Shadows. One, I don't travel when the sun's in a water sign. Two, October 31st is the worst day of the year for me. Getting personal. That's the day when my friend died, and that's why I'm all fucked up now. So that's the one day where I have to be very careful to stay away from anything sharp or anything with the trigger, because I might just have the wrong thought and not wake up the next day. So, like, I think the last October 31st, I just played Minecraft all day, so I wouldn't have to think about it. Just wonder why I'm still alive for another fucking year every year on Halloween. But yeah, so that ruined. I'm like, I'm glad other people celebrate Halloween. I'm not against it at all. Dress up, have fun, go trick or treating, do all of that. I just can't. You lose your best friend on a date. It just ruins the rest of your life. William Bill Cooper, woman likes a challenge. Indifference is a challenge. It's you get to a place in life where you learn to, you don't have to give a fuck about everything, and you just have to learn when to cut yourself off from things that just have nothing to do with you, and it's okay to say you don't care. You're not just being an emo teenager. It just, if something has nothing to do with you, you just don't care. Just to do something else. You can fill up your life with things you do care about. How about that? Pam says, the original writers, if they stayed on, had Barnabas eventually get married from Sam Hall. Like, if Barnabas was going to get with anybody. Well, you, Bill Cooper, that is right. It's okay not to care. It's just, it's not even, say, about like online discourse. Like, you don't have to comment on every single little thing. Like, yeah, this has something to do with that too. Like, not everything is for you, so not everything needs your comment on it, but it's okay to not care about everything. I understand when you're young, you're interested in stuff. I was that way too. I am still about some things, but you have to know when, like, this was not meant for me. I don't care. It's not going to make me happy at all. I could be doing better things with my time, deuces. So you just peace out from that. What I did want to say, something else that could happen before all of this Dark Shadow stuff is they've got the new drop in Minecraft. It's called Chaos Cubed. But people seem to be, like I seem to be, I care more about the update that's coming in the fall with the poplar trees to get the light gray wood. I'm not the only one. Other people seem to care more about that too. I don't want to go into a sulfur cave where everything makes the screen wavy. And like, I tried to find one and it didn't take me to one in my world. I don't understand that, but it's all it really does is add yellow and red stone, and you can turn it into brick, and I really don't need to build a yellow brick road in my world, so I really don't care about this latest drop, but they added some stuff along with it. Pam says contract problems with Dan Curtis and Jonathan as he refused for the second movie. So Dan Curtis said he could not play Barnabas anymore. I wondered why he was. Cause I'll get around to it later, but like some actors, they play a character for so long and then they're just done with it. I didn't realize he wasn't allowed to. Ooh. And I heard they didn't exactly get along, Dan Curtis and Jonathan Frid, because of personal life choices. Put it like that. Pam says one has to learn to understand and love one another. We must have empathy again. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you can you don't have to love and hate everything. Sometimes you can just let things be and let them exist on their own without any interference with from yourself, like live and let live. Now, I didn't know about this, and I just got done thinking I do not understand for the life of me how Minecraft has been out since 2011 for everybody, and it does not have dark mode already. I'm not gonna go and download dark mode from CurseForge and start up a whole new world just to have dark mode. That doesn't. I've already got a forever world in vanilla Minecraft. I'm not doing that. So then I watched this video and they're talking about these updates that are on. I think it's called. I might get the website wrong, but like Vanilla Tweaks or something like that. It was in the video, and I went to the website later, but I'm watching him mess with it, and he just casually, real quick, mentions, "Oh, and they added dark mode," and then he mentions all these other texture updates. I'm like, "Excuse me, what? Rewind." But then he's on this screen, and it looks like the marketplace and $1.99. I'm thinking I'm not getting giving Mojang $2 before tax for fucking dark mode. But I was like, well, let me just follow the steps in this video, and if they don't have it, they just don't have it. Long story short, they added it. There's dark mode in Minecraft now. It's you go to the website, and it's a resource pack, and you download it. And this is all free, and you add it. And I didn't know how to add it, but then there's a button you can click, and it shows you the steps to add it. And I kind of this was on June 22nd. I remember because it was Bruce Campbell's birthday, and I was getting kind of frustrated with it, but it's long story short, it adds your GUI, like your menus and stuff, are dark mode. And so I got that added on to my survival world. The first time I didn't do it right, so I was pissed off. So I exited, go back in, and I go to my menu. You just tap E and it goes to the menu, and it was dark mode. Dude, I cried. I legit cried. I've seen some stuff in Minecraft that has taken my breath away and just made me stop, but I never did anything in Minecraft. It had to sit there and cry about it, but I did like tissue, tears, glasses off. So there was that. And then I was like, wait, I've got to add it to my creative world where I've built the cottage from Dark Shadows. So I go over there and I'm thinking, okay, I'm gonna have to add this and all this back and forth stuff. But I hop into the world, I tap E, and it was already there. It like it's default or something. It's dark mode. Uh, when I first started playing, it hurt my eyes so much looking at those screens to the point like I would do other stuff so I wouldn't have to open up my menus. And after I just got done moving everything around in my basement for the storage, it's dark. Oh my god, it's dark mode now. And I've been harvesting there's two kind of trees that you get in the Nether. I've been harvesting those lately, and oh, Bill Cooper says dark mode. You must love that Nikki Howes running for you. It's just easier on the eyes. It's just so much easier on the eyes. Because with my vision being as bad as it is, and then since I do play it, like I'll get up and that's like I'll play Minecraft, then I go to the show, and then I will review Dark Shadows because I've been up long enough that my eyes can handle looking at paper. I can't do that as soon as I wake up, and I got to do something in the meantime. So I've been harvesting wood. Um, so I do that early in my day at 3 p.m. and but it doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt. Oh, I think I took a screenshot too. I just had to sit there and cry. I wasn't even planning on playing. I didn't even play till the next day. I just had to. It's dark. And then I had to get used to it. I'm like, wait, now I gotta have to get used to how everything looks. Oh, just a second. Noses dripping since I was almost crying. Patrick says, July 4th, next Saturday. Hope all you Americans have a great day celebrating. I I'll be live here doing a regular review. I just wonder if the show we go to was going to be off any extra days before that. Like, it would be fun to do a balcony chat next week as well, like on a proper Friday, and then do my regular review on a Saturday. We'll see. Pam says I can't upload the information so you could see. Do I volunteer at all? I don't know. Would you consider being a mod over at the show volunteering since I don't get paid? Like, I don't expect to, but like, I don't go anywhere and volunteer my time. I just, if I'm not reviewing Dark Shadows for this channel, I'm playing Minecraft or I'm watching YouTube videos, except for this week. Again, that channel or that page that I follow on Facebook mentioned like a couple honorable mentions about, and I brought this up in my update video last week. Big Finish Productions made some audio dramas of Dark Shadows with a lot of the original cast back. Like it took place in a chunk of time, like 2004 or 6 it started, and then like they just came out sporadically over the about a 10, 11, 12 year period of time, and then a couple of other random ones since. You can find this on the Dark Shadows wiki. But that's a thing that happened, and I just assumed it was something. It's just on CD or it's just available to download for a price, and I just thought I would never hear them. Left it at that. But then they mentioned it in that channel or on that page, so I go over to Amazon, and that's the one I was telling you that one CD was like maybe $34 and it was going to take 6 to 7 months. Months to come from the UK, 6, 7 also. So I'm like, no, what the hell? Even though it would have been worth it. So I'm like, no, that's just way too much. That's crazy. I did get Audible. I got one on there, the Fire and Blood for the 50th anniversary. I've got that on there. Paid 99 cents for it. And they have some other ones, but they're between Amazon and Big Finish Productions, the actual website. You can get them from like some are $5 and change, one is $17 and change, and just various prices in between, something like that. So I'm like, okay, so I did the research, and long story short, to get all of the stories that I wanted, the ones with John Carlin, I was gonna end up spending like just under $60, which okay, early birthday present. Oh, it'll be a New Year's present since that's sooner. So I was just looking at that. I hadn't bought anything else other than that one book, so I'm like, oh, okay, so there's that. I listened to it. It's fine. It deals with characters that I haven't considered, that I have not that haven't come up in the review yet. So that's why I'm reluctant to say too much about it. William Bill Cooper would definitely consider modding hours as volunteering. It's an unpaid online community service. Yeah, so there's that. I do it because I love it though. I never expected a penny for it. It's enough for me when people are like, "Oh my God, you're still here," and all this kind of stuff, and I get compliments. Like, I just Look, my friend died. Oh my god, the fan was not on. Oh, I am so on top of it. Oh my god. The cooling fans were just, oh my god. It'll be fine. It's like I said, my friend died on Halloween one year, and then I didn't have anybody else. And then about 3 months later, I found the show, and I've been going to that ever since. So it's like it's so weird to get compliments and a good thing said to me about just going to my home. I have to fight to stay there. It's become in the background. It's become quite a struggle, but I don't have anywhere else to go, and all my friends are there. So it's like, how do you? It's like you walk into your house and you have people. Oh my God, you're home, and it's like, I live here. My bed is here. My laptop is here. But it's good. Um it's just well, all my stuff is there. The balcony is there. Pam says I volunteer for NASA, NASA Air and Space Museum, USO. I was in the Gulf War and got wounded. Oh, thank you for your service. And John Pearson suggested I go to the Dark Shadows convention in 1991. And Jonathan sat at my table. Oh my God! Did he's not here right now. I swear Dandy met Jonathan Frid like he was younger. Oh, of course he was younger. And a couple of the other ladies from the show, I forget who, but he met them back in the day. Like, yeah. Pam says we talked about the Gulf War, and he was in the Navy. I volunteer at the Dark Shadows Festival, mostly in New York City. Oh my God, that is so cool. I would flip out because one thing about Dark Shadows fans, except for one page that I've come across on Tumblr, the rest of them have a great sense of humor. If you go to the page, Dan Curtis owes me money, his avatar is a picture of Roger, and all it says is, and you'll get the joke, incestors. He doesn't update a lot, but it's a great sense of humor. Oh, we owe you both, Cooper, says Cat. Patrick says you were a great mod, Nikki. Haven't been to QF for a while, but I imagine you keep good order. Yeah, it's there's really only one person in there that causes problems, and the channel owner knows about it. I've got screenshots to prove it. But yeah, so I thought that the audio dramas were just going to be something that were just out there and existed, that I was just never going to get a chance to take part in. But then I was on Tumblr and somebody shared something about, it's sort of like somebody I follow, and like I know of this other page. I don't think I follow them directly, so it's like the mutual of my mutual. But they're talking about, like, I'm not paying $16.99 for an audiobook when the reader sounds like shit. That's a waste of my money when I can just watch it on Spotify. Spotify. Now, Spotify and I have some history. Back in, when did that come out? October 2016. So I need to jump back farther than that. Let me jump back farther. Back in 2013, Lady Gaga released Art Pop, and it was amazing. And other people didn't get it, so it didn't do well, but I love it. And then wait for a new album. I ended up going across the pond. It wasn't the best time. I still love the Netherlands. I would go back. They drive like me. But I got back to the States, was not in a good place, and what would have really helped me out was a great album by my friend. So it seemed like the only way to listen to the album Joanne immediately was on Spotify, which I normally didn't mess with. I have all of my music on YouTube. I've got over 120 some lists on YouTube, and most of them are music, but it seemed like that was the only place to go. So I go over to Spotify, and they did not have the songs in order how they are on the album for nothing. And that just, I don't understand. I don't understand how you can't. Dandy, I was just talking about you. Didn't you meet Jonathan Frid? And how does the official place not release the songs in the order they are on a CD? I don't get that. It just, I'm never gonna get over that. It's always gonna piss me off. But it's so I was there having to, and you can't just listen to it in a playlist because yes, it's out of order, but then. eh, I forget if it was playing ads or if it was jumping around, but it wasn't in order, so I gotta jump back and forth to look up track list order and then find the right song, and track list order and find the right song. And if you've listened to Joanne, which I've told you not to do, it's a fucking country album. So I've been saying fuck Spotify for 10 years. It's just radio with extra step. I'm not steps. I'm not going to listen to a fucking playlist somebody, I don't know, put together in some random fucking order. I don't even shuffle my own music. So, like, no, I just, no, fuck you, no. When I've got all these I can do it myself. And then that album is not worth it. So I was so pissed off. An album's dropping at midnight, so I'm sure I was tired fighting with that motherfucker. So that was October 2016. Um, Pam knows it. Yeah, Lewis Edmonds said incestors instead of ancestors. One time Lewis Edmonds thought he was finished and took his pants off, and they called him um and they film him from his top half only. I've heard that before. He's like, so I just started getting undressed, and they're like, what are you doing? You have to get back out there. You can't just stop the film. It costs too much money to stop it. So they just kept rolling, and he thought he was done. Oh, Pam says first time on your podcast, and I think you're doing great. Yeah, thank you. I sort of know what I'm doing. I've been going live for 2 years, pretty much every week, and then I started reviewing Dark Shadows, close to a year ago. But I do try to make sure I'm live every Saturday at 7 p.m. no matter what. Yeah, so what's up to Dandy? I know you just got in. I just have a lot of information about Dark Shadows. Pam says, cool, yeah, it's just so, it's because I clearly did not grow up with it, but I got into it about 3 times. She's saying you can watch Dark Shadows on Tubi for free. Yeah, I've got a link in the description right now. You can watch Dark Shadows on Tubi. It's also on Internet Archive. I did buy the box set. I've got it sitting over there. I watch it on the DVDs. Dandy says, LOL, I just got home from Norwalk. Ah, oh, sweet. Yeah, John Rogers is here. What's up? Pam says, have a great July 4th, everyone. Yeah, you too. Patrick said, asking if I was in Amsterdam or somewhere near Netherlands. Great place. I've been at he says he's been there a few times. I was in, you have to land in Amsterdam. The Schiphol airport smells like weed. But I ended up staying a little bit farther south. In the Netherlands, it's like it's that big. It's it's a tiny place, but they drive like me. It's super flat. It's the flattest place you've ever seen, but then the water is right there, so it feels like fill up your bathtub all the way to the brim, and then like sit next to it and hunch down, and that's how it feels when you're in the Netherlands. You feel like you're gonna get wet and it's gonna spill, but it doesn't. Like there's no flooding there. Pam says it was fun to see the actors come out of their studio in their costumes and sign autographs. Oh, there's some pictures of that I've seen. They're just like regular clothes, sunglasses, dressed like normal people. Jonathan Frid is out in the daylight. Like, what? What? I saw a picture of him on the beach. I'm like, no, you can't be out there. But So that was Spotify in 2016. That album was not worth it. The hassle was not worth it. I just wasted my whole night. I was just, I'm like, no, fuck this place. Jump ahead. Part two, jump ahead to 2020 when Gaga released Chromatica. And after the shit show that was Joanne, we needed some proper music from her. And that's the album that I spent a month and a half listening to 200 or 300 remixes of songs and put together my own Chromatica. Because the songs she released were professional demos. Songs are not 2.5 minutes long. Songs are not like maybe one is 3.5 minutes long. Everything else is like 2 minutes and 45 seconds. That's not a song. That's not a song. You start getting into it and suddenly it's fucking over and you're hearing the next song. It's not the 60s. You can't release a song that short. But there I was again. That album dropped. I was on Spotify because it seemed like you couldn't get it right away on YouTube. And I was listening, looking up that and listening to those. And they're not in order again. They're still not in order. Why can't you release these songs in order? I don't understand. Like, at least this album has some good songs on it. Not album versions. You have to find longer versions of like Fun Tonight and 911 and Plastic Doll. Like Babylon could fly on its own, but that was never a single. It was not in order. It was not in order, and these songs are so short. So you go through all the trouble of looking up the track list, and then you go to listen to the song, and suddenly it's fucking over. So you got to look at the track list again, and it's like again, Spotify, fuck you. Just I don't understand. I don't understand. I don't understand. So I've been saying fuck Spotify for the last 10 years, and with good reason. Oh, what's up, Brian? Glad you made it. Says happy Saturday, everybody. Pam says Jonathan was well educated and had a master's from England and a master's from Yale for directing. Oh, you used to live in New York City? Oh, sweet. I've just been up there to visit a couple of times. Busy place. Pam says actors gave us love and we gave them love too. They were like parents to some of the kids. Jonathan and Beckett after the show ended. Oh, the play. I've seen I saw the movie version of that with Richard Burton. Great film, great film. I think 1964. It's on YouTube. I'm pretty sure it's on Tubi, but you want to watch Beckett. It's also got Peter O'Toole. Great film, really great film. And it's fun to see Richard Burton, of all people, playing a priest. Bruh, come on. Dude got more ass than a toilet seat, and he's playing a holy man. So he plays it off well, you wouldn't think. So, great actor. So there's that with Spotify. I've been hating them for years, been talking shit about it, and then people pay for that bullshit on top of it. So I just, no. So there's that. But then I saw that post on Tumblr talking about books on Spotify. So I go to, I forget exactly how I went to look it up. Maybe I had to download Spotify again, but I go over there. And it still had the Joanne album saved for me. I had to delete that. But I go over there and I'm like, how am I gonna find this? There's like 50 dramatic recordings that they did. Again, you can find that on the Dark Shadows wiki, Big Finish Productions. I'm like, there's no way they're gonna have all of these. How am I gonna find them all? Okay, I was getting ready to type. But you go over there, and I've got the link in the description for this actual show. Somebody has already put together a playlist of all of asterisk, but all of the Dark Shadows audio dramas. Pretty sure they're in order too. So they're all, even the one I just paid for, they're all right there. Even Echoes of Insanity and Christmas Presents and just and Night Whispers. That's the one. Jonathan Frid came back for one, and he plays Barnabas. And I want to say it came out in 2010. But it's him playing the same actor again, and or the same character again. It just oh my god, what's the one? It's like Carl Collins and Reverend Trask. That one too. That one too. Patrick saying that Burton and O'Toole were both big drinkers. I mean, they stayed on the bottle. Bruh. Pam says, I have hundreds of pictures of Dark Shadows festivals when I would watch the crowds. We sang Quentin's theme as I waited for the actors' autographs. Aw. Because that's the thing. That's what YouTubers don't get, is that some of them don't get this. But not he, but when you're online and have content, it's the same thing as being an actor and having movies or TV shows about the character you play, because nobody is exactly the same way they are online in real life. I don't have this much energy all of the time, so I save it for you guys. So they don't realize that they're playing a character that's helping out other people to get through their lives and get through their shitty days. So they need to realize that and stick with it. You don't just quit doing YouTube and private all of your videos like someone I've already mentioned. You kind of owe it to your audience to keep up your appearances. And YouTubers don't get that. Some of them do. Actors get that. They realize they're playing characters. It's not the real them, and that's okay. It's a better version of them, and that's what other people gravitate to. That's what gets them through. And so they pay it back to their fans. They give it forward. They go to these conventions and sign autographs and do all this extra content because they are there for their fans, where maybe their fans don't have anyone else in their lives, or they're filling that gap for them and then being there for them. So actors get that. Pam says, yes, and he did, and Jen Carlin was on that audio. It's is it like The Wicked and the Damned? But anyway, you go to Spotify. Again, it's free. Don't pay. All of this is free. If something costs money, I'll let you know. Minecraft is $30 plus tax. Everything else I've brought up, you can get for free. Pardon. But yeah, it's Dark Shadows, all audio dramas. It starts with it's like track the number space hyphen space and then the title, so they all get cut off at the end. But what you want to do is listen to the first 8, and that sounds like a lot, and there are a lot of tracks, but they only end up being like an hour long, so they go by fast. I've been playing these while I've been playing Minecraft this week. Where is it? My library. Dark Shadows. But what you want to do, you can go onto Spotify right now. I've got the link in the description. That's not my playlist. That playlist already existed there. Go there, listen to the first 8. Maybe not right now, maybe after this is over. But you've got time. And The Wicked and the Dead, that's the one. It's Carl Collins, technically, and Reverend Trask, that dick. Great actor, but fuck Trask. But Jim Pearsons is a wonderful person. During 9/11, I was NYPD auxiliary screaming to get the people out. Jim had left before. I was on duty for 25 hours that day. Wow. It's crazy. I like the story about Steve Buscemi being down there helping, and they're like, hey, we're going to get the press in here to do some footage. He's like, no, I'm just here to help. Don't bring in any press. We can't prove it because there was no press there, but he seems like a cool guy like that. Like, I'm here to help people. I'm not doing this for the fucking fanfare. There's dead folks out here. Jim had left the day before to go back to California. He left on September 10th. Damn, that's hell of timing. Now again, there are like 50 of these, maybe more. And if you don't believe me, one, they're numbered on Spotify. Two, you can look them up on the Dark Shadows wiki. So I'm not just throwing out some random ass number out there. But you want to listen to the first 8 because after they did so many of these, they did more. There's something called Bloodlust. That's not in the playlist that I have linked in the description. This is something you can find it. It's the cover is like the top is red, the bottom is black. It says Dark Shadows. It's 2 volumes, 1 and 2. Obviously, because what happens is after those first 8 series, it sort of ends on a cliffhanger, and then this bloodline picks up after that. Bloodline or Bloodlust, pardon me. Bloodlust. I don't think Bloodline is on there. Yes, I have listened to all the ones with John Carlin. No, he's really not in Bloodlust except for one line. I think they copied from one of the earlier ones that he did. Depending on what year that came out, his health was probably not the best, so I see why he was not in there. But it does pick up from where the 8th one leaves off. But what they do in those first 8 is they introduce some characters where like they're not from the show, they're just from the audio dramas. But if you were to just hop into Bloodlust, you wouldn't know who the hell these people are. Like, why should I care? Why are they implying they have a history when I don't know who the hell these people are? They do, it's just in the dramas, so listen to those so you'll know what's going on. And I'm almost all the way through them, but I will warn you ahead of time. They seem to have, or not seem to have, they did sort of reimagine the theme music for Dark Shadows. And maybe at first you won't notice it. I didn't either. But it is the most god awful, irritating, screeching, fucked up noise. There's like 4 Kingdom of the Deads, and then you're done with those first 8. It's like the first 4, then those Kingdom of the Dead is like 4 more, and that's the first 8, and then you get into Bloodlust. But like the sound of they fucking ruined the intro song. It's oh my god, it's so bad that I've got to stop what I'm doing. I've got to pause my game and tap forward to get past it because that shit. Like I've got tinnitus. That shit was hurting my ears. So oh my god, it's just the actual fucking worst. So like they're worth listening to. But they fucking ruined. You don't have to like. Is the original song copyright and they couldn't use it? So it's like let's do the same thing but make it worse and use that for 13 of these volumes of shows. Oh my god, that's the worst part. The rest of it's okay. I want to read the chat room here. Pam says during a Dark Shadows festival in Terrytown, and my husband and I brought our telescope, and the actors and the fans saw the moon and the sun, sort of Carolyn's clue about the sun and the moon before they went. Before they went to 1840. Yeah, that's cool. Wow, that's not too far. I'm about I guess it'd be about a 9-hour drive to get there. Oh, did you get some rain, John? He's mentioning they got a little bit of rain, but he's to the west of Dandy. I saw that it was supposed to rain. Can't always hear it. But I'll tell you, as far as Bloodlust goes, not, actually wanting to kill people, the audio dramas, It honestly feels like volume 1 is just a ton of setup to get to what you really want to hear about. They're introducing characters, some we already know about from the first 8 series. Some are just brand new to this, and some of them you will care about, and some of them you will give zero fucks about. At least me. Like, I don't care what she's doing. I don't care what this guy is doing. Just when, like, stop talking. Why are there not, like, why can't I skip to the parts that I want to hear? It's just one line straight across. So I just, oh my God, I don't care. I don't care. When are they gonna kill you off? I don't care. But then some are kind of interesting, and then there's at one point they got this baby crying, and I'm not trying to hear baby noises, but that eventually stops and gets better. Um, and like it doesn't really it most of it, like, spoilers for this, most of it is like characters that are not on the show at all, and then it gets to the very end, and then it brings on actors that we know from Dark Shadows or we know from the other audio dramas, and then volume 2 starts. Okay, now I'm invested in it. I know who these people are. It does. Maggie Evans is through all of it. I do like Maggie, so you do get Catherine Lee Scott all through it. Yeah, John Carlin won an Emmy finally. He was up for, like, the same 5 people were up for Emmys one year, and somebody else won. And then the next year it's the exact same 5 people, and then he got it that year. Why didn't he get it before? Why didn't he get it in the 60s? And, like, Dark Shadows legitimately had me looking up, when did the Emmys start? Because these people are throwing it all out on the floor. And where are the trophies? Where are the statues? Where are the awards? Was you just have to? Did they not think the dark or the vampire show was worth statues? What the fuck? Because he was doing the damn thing, and then he that footage of that is online. Oh my God, with the hair. But yeah, he finally got his fucking statue. Probably for Cagney and Lacey. Um, dude. But it does get to, like, it's got, like I say, it's got Catherine Lee Scott, it's got David Selby, it's got Laura Parker. Uh, One thing, when you listen to the audio dramas, you're gonna just have to get over this real quick, and I kind of brought this up earlier. How Jonathan Frid is Barnabas Collins, full stop. So if you want to play Barnabas, again, you can either do a Jonathan Frid impression or you can make the character your own, because they do have a fella on there playing Barnabas. No, he does not sound like Jonathan Frid's Barnabas. So you're gonna have to get over that shit real quick. You can either sit there and be mad that he isn't doing a Jonathan Frid impression, or you just have to let that shit go and realize this is just, you got it. You can't impersonate an actor playing another character unless you, I mean, like, you can, but if that shit starts to slip, nobody's gonna buy anything coming out of your mouth. So he's playing the character his own way. You really just have to get used to his voice, because his voice is not quite as deep as Jonathan Frid's, but he still has that roughly Englishy accent. So there's that. So it's okay. But so you have to get over that shit real quick. But by the time you get through a few of these, you get used to the fact, okay, this is how Barnabas sounds in these. Oh, okay, yeah. And everybody's a little bit older, so their voices are not going to sound exactly the way they did in the 60s, because they're recording these again in like 2006 and all that. Pam says, I just ask that you give the new Dark Shadows a chance, because it will be, pardon me for coughing, because it will be actually like you were watching it at 4 p.m. Dark Shadows from the 60s. Most of the actors are in heaven. Yeah, the actors are now in their 80s. And yeah, like some of those folks on the show who were in their 20s, they've all got gray hair now. I feel like, Jonathan Frid has passed. John Carlin, Grayson Hall, Joan Bennett, of course, Lewis Edmonds. Some of the older folks, Thaler David. Um, are no longer with us, but like the younger folks are still around, but they're grandparents now with the gray hair. As long as there's no AI, I don't do that. I'm big on that. That's why I've got super chats opened up. I've got Venmo and Buy Me a Coffee. 100% of that goes to myself. You're not giving 30% to Google. I'm never throwing AI content in your face. I'm not spending it on hookers and blow. Your money stays in the United States. And I read your comments at my next show. Uh, yeah, Dandy's even saying, yeah, scorcher of a week coming up this week. Yeah, I was just saying it's like it's been nice for the last couple of weeks, and it's supposed to be okay tomorrow, and then Monday through Sunday, again, I'm on Celsius, so it's like 30, 32, 36, fucking 37 on the first. Again, that's 98 degrees. That's not okay. We're not baking a cake. And nothing but 30s, even a Sunday and Monday, it's 29. That's still hot. Like Saturday when I do my next show on the 4th, 30 degrees Celsius, which is like 88, 87 Fahrenheit ish, something like that. Uh, that's not okay. I don't care. I don't care who you are. That's just not okay. It's, we're not. I've got a stove. I've got an oven. I've got a microwave. I've got matches and candles. So what the hell needs to be out there? That I understand it's summertime, but oh, Pam says and Jerry Lacey. Yeah, he's in those too. We haven't gotten onto him in the review. He's 90 now. Aw. Oh no, Jonathan Fred AI and John Carlin look actually like they did in the 60s, and so was the old house. If they had a human do what wait, so are they taking AI and making live action stuff? Ugh. Oh, that creeps me out. Where's my holy water? I need to spray myself with it. Brian says we prefer to call them escorts. Yeah, I forget where the hookers and blow thing comes from, but I'm not spending super chats on that. But there are again there's let me just keep my phone over here. I'm just gonna go to the Dark Shadows wiki. Cause what I was doing, you know me, I was certainly going through and looking for all of the audio dramas that have John Carlin. So I've got all of those in one list, and then I've got the rest of the ones I want to listen to in another playlist. Because a lot of them are like an actor or two from the show doing their own separate stories. So like I've got some with like Maggie and David Selby's characters, and the hotness is from climate change, like the series. Because John Carlin's hot as fuck. You can't replicate that. I just was watching episode. What did I do last night? 255. Oh my! Was distracted. Oh my god! How were guys allowed to be that sexy on TV back then? I have no idea. But there's a lot of the series it has to do with Jerry Lacey and Laura Parker's characters. They have some back and forth in some of these. I say it like that because I'm reviewing the show and I'm only up to episode 251. I don't want to spoil it for anybody who's because some people watch my reviews and they haven't watched the show yet, or they did watch the show back in the day, but just not recently. And I try to avoid like spoilers or too many winks at the camera kind of a thing. Uh, But yeah, the first thing I listened to was Echoes of Insanity, and that's kind of hard to listen to because it's about Willie, and he goes through some stuff, and like I can't believe they did that to him. We're not quite up to there in the review yet. So some of these have Nancy Barrett seems to be featured in a lot of these, playing Carolyn and possibly other characters. Question mark. And a few other folks that we have just not come across yet. That we'll get to. I like these characters. For the most part, it seems like their original actors are playing them. But yeah, the Bloodlust series, this debuted in it debuted. Can't believe that. On Halloween of 2014. That's when my friend died. Motherfucker. So there's that. Too late, I already listened to it. So that's when that started. I don't smoke. I don't know why I'm coughing. It's not like I don't talk for 2 hours every week. Oh, Patrick says, I just checked out our weather for next week. We're between 22 and 24 Celsius. Not so bad. See, that's fine. That's about what it's been around here for the last couple weeks. I guess we're switching temperature. Pam says, I just watched the video of the new Dark Shadows and it looks exactly the same. Did you listen to Return to Collinwood? No, but I bought the CD. I know it's online for free, but I did buy the CD a couple years ago. So I have it, but I haven't listened to it yet, but I suppose I can. Yeah, I do have that. I've got the actual. Oh, it's behind me. I got the actual physical copy in the box. Pam says, just give it a chance. How about Willie trying to protect Maggie Evans and the mausoleum? I saw that on YouTube. You mean like later on in the the 1000s and all that? That's one of my favorite scenes. When I watched it back a couple years ago, I knew where both the actors were going to be and where they were going to put their hands and when they were going to look. So I must have watched the shit out of that scene and memorized it, then forgot about it, and then watched it again. Cause I love that whole. I love them too. I ship them together so hard. What's up, Beach Chef? Glad you made it. Do I believe in the afterlife? Yes. Once we die, there's more to do. I've got plans. Dude, I'm gonna fuck with people. I'm gonna go into people's electronics and mess with their settings. Among other things. Oh, Pam said she saw it in person at the Dark Shadows Festival. Yeah, it's like 2 CDs. If you have the physical copy, you might be able to find it online somewhere. I own it, so I kind of don't care because I own it. But it's like an hour and 45 minutes, something like that. Has a lot of the cast from the show on it. I believe it takes place maybe about 10 years after the show ended in 1971. Oh, Pam says it's on Tubi. Let me see if let me just search. Return to uh, come on, phone, you know that word. Return to Collinwood. Amazon, that's probably where I bought it from. Something called goodreads.com. It's an audio drama. Let me see if it's on Spotify. Danny Barnabas with his long skinny fingers is starting to piss me off. LOL. It's he's 6 foot tall. He's allowed to have long skinny fingers. Gotta hold them cigarettes. Oh, Return to Collinwood is on YouTube, not on Tubi. Yeah, I thought I saw it on YouTube. Yeah, like I know it's available for free. but I just had to buy it. I don't watch shorts. Return to. Yeah, there it is. It is on YouTube. Hour 45 minutes and change. Sweet. So yeah, you can listen to it for free. You don't have to buy it like I did. Yeah, sweet. And then let me see if I can pull this up. This was so random. Again, from that page that I follow on Facebook. That's all I do. I don't like anything. I don't comment anything. I'm just there to still steal photos. But I had every once in a while I will read the comments, and of course the topic was Willie Loomis, and they're talking about uh, I forget exactly what they were talking about. I had taken a screenshot of something on that page, and I had it on. This is my new phone, my newer phone. I've got an older phone. That's what I use to listen to my music on and stuff like that when I'm playing Minecraft. So I'm not melting down my current phone and play. It's too like the TV is too bright to have it on when I'm playing. Um, but I accidentally took a screenshot, and so I go to delete it, and it deletes it, and then it pulls up the last screenshot I took, and it was from comments on in that Facebook group, and they're talking about some book by some author I'd never heard of before, and I realized there were a lot of books written like Dark Shadows books. I don't know if they were written when the show ended or during the original series run, but how am I going to find those? Maybe they're canon. I'm not sure. I'm not sure exactly what topics they cover. Like some of them cover Victoria Winters because everybody's interested in her parentage and her history. But that's all I really know about them. Uh, but there were this dude's talking about this book, and it's like, yeah, did you ever read this book by this guy or girl? It talks about Willie's mental state. Before when he first showed up to Collinsport, when he was that guy, and then what he was going through after he met Barnabas and got bitten, and just like what his mental state was like before, during, and after, since he's not the same guy now. And I just sort of I took the screenshot because it was interesting, but good luck finding books. But then I pulled that up like last night, like, oh, this is, I forgot I even took this screenshot. Like, I mean, I know I took the screenshot, I just didn't know where it was. Oh, here it is right in front of me. Hmm. Let me pull out my other phone and look this up. What it is, it's a book called Hawks Harbor, spelled Hawkes, Harbor, common spelling, by someone called S.E. Hinton, Hinton. Now, this is not a Dark Shadows book. This is, like all the names are different. We're not talking about, you're not going to see like Colin Wood mentioned and things like that, but it's apparently, from what I'm reading online, it's basically discussing characters on Dark Shadows, roughly from where we are in my review, but all the names are changed, all the places are changed, but it's still writing about them, and it seems to be talking about some dude named Jamie, but that's supposed to be Willie, just talking about how he's locked up and his mental state and all this stuff. So anything to do with Willie Loomis, I want to know about. So I'm like, okay, how am I gonna find that? So I go to Spotify, and of course they don't have it. I mean, they do, but you gotta pay for it. I'm not giving you a fucking penny, Spotify. Yes, we're friends now, but we were fighting for the last 10 years, so slow down. So I'm like, wait, I got two more books I can get from Audible. So I run over there. Long story short, they have it. I get to select my next audiobook in 20 days. So that's what I'll be getting. It's 7 hours long. So I will be finding out all about that. Yeah, Dandy knows the author of The Outsiders, S.E. Hinton. Apparently he did write a book that I've read before. Like we didn't read a lot of books in school, but we read one called That Was Then, This Is Now, and apparently this person wrote that. So I'm really the last person to try to be connected. Oh, we did this in high school, so I still want to do it now as an adult. That is so fucking lame. I'm not that type, but so it was weird to recognize something that we read, something that we did in school, and coming across it in the real world. I'm like, oh, that was the 90s? What the hell? I don't really remember the book except for one part, but like they did not have us reading Shakespeare and I don't know, To Kill a Mockingbird or any of these other um, classics that you hear about people. So, oh, Swamp Cabbage, what's up? Glad you made it. Dandy said, I remember that book too, but not the plot, lol. I just remember like somebody's like the main character goes into a house and somebody's tripping balls just staring up at the ceiling. So the guy walks in and sees that and he like, does he answer it to the universe up there? I guess not. So he just continues on. So there was that. Um, I don't want you to see what I'm drinking. I'm not sponsored, and I don't want everybody else to buy it. Yeah, Swamp Cabbage. Yeah, going back to school myself. Yeah, cross fingers. Yeah. Ugh. Apparently, people don't know how to act during a full moon, so they get really busy in the ER during a full moon. My medical education consists of watching ER in the 90s and Scrubs in the 10 to 15 years ago ish. So that's about all I can really help you with. Cam says NASA gives from education. Yeah, that's do we know a guy who works at NASA? Yeah, Max Caporato. He hasn't been in the chat room in years and years. He had a cat named Balthazar, who unfortunately is no longer with us. That guy. He works for NASA. Yeah. Yeah, he should be on the show again. NASA gives free education. Google NASA and the subject. Does NASA cover anything Dark Shadows related? Yeah, outer space and shit. But what do you know about vampires? Vampires can't go to space. When is it nighttime in space? NASA. Yeah, here we go. NASA, Dark Shadows. Dark Shadows is on Mars. We gotta go to Mars. I saw Total Recall. That'll work out fine. We can only stay up there for 2 weeks. No, I forgot to put it in quotes. Maybe they think I mean actual shadows and not a TV show from the 60s. What do you mean? I can't see the microphone on the shot. You know they don't have shadow. Yeah. I just try it just to make my search engine go, what? What the fuck are you Googling, lady? I use the Brave browser, not actual. So yeah, I went from thinking I was never going to hear any of the audio dramas to I've got them all. I downloaded Spotify on both of my phones and the TV, and uh, I've listened to it. Like I've listened to those first 8 about twice now. Like I said, I've got the Blood and Fire. I've heard that about 3 times. That deals more with that deals with characters. It does have Laura Collins. We've been through her in the beginning, and other characters that we have just not gotten to in the review yet. And yeah, and I didn't know the actors' voices yet, so I had to look it up. I'm like, okay, who's this person? Like I know the actors' names, but I didn't match them up with the voices. And then I'm like looking it up, like, oh, he's him. Oh, okay. Oh, okay, she's there. Cool. Pam says, did you see Artemis 2 lift off and go to the moon on April 1st? Yeah, I think that was an April Fool's joke. I honestly think that was all AI. I don't think that was real at all. Oh, we're going to the moon. Sure, yeah. People, like, do you know how easily we can fake that stuff? Plus, I've seen Capricorn 1 by now. Check it out, Jerry Goldsmith film. It's got Sam Waterston. I'm like, why is Jack McCoy here? I didn't know he's in this. But I was watching it because it was Jerry Goldsmith film, and I'm like, then I get the Law and Order theme playing in my head, like, who's going to trial? And then they're standing there on that moon set, like, yeah, I don't. And then the interviews with the astronauts after they got back and they couldn't remember the lies they were supposed to say. I just think that was a whole load of shit. Brian says, I won't argue to the contrary, Nikki. Yeah, it's funny because I'll go on Tumblr and people are like crying and losing their shit. Like, oh my god, somebody brought a plushie into space. It's like, you could go into a zero gravity machine right now. I mean, you probably have to make an appointment. You can't just walk in like it's a McDonald's. But we can do that. That's how they make outer space movies. They don't really send Mission to Mars didn't go to Mars to film that. So let's just calm down and realize that TV, television, it's meant to entertain. Everything you see on a screen is meant to distract you or just straight up entertain you. If it's not entertaining you, they're trying to lie to you about something. Every single last thing. It doesn't matter if it's an IMAX screen. It doesn't matter if it's your smart TV, your phone, YouTube. It's either meant to entertain you and just have a good time, or trying to sell you a lie about something and brainwash you. So just to take everything with a grain of salt, especially now. Oh, you saw the space launch? Pam is saying, I saw the space launchings from Cape Kennedy. If it wasn't for NASA, no computers, cell phones, no MRI. No lasers. Sorry, I've been watching NASA since May 5th, 1961, when Shepard went up. Wasn't it Hedy Lamarr who figured out the technology for Wi-Fi, something like that, during World War II? Something like that. She did something smart. I was going to say cell phones, but I think that might have been a Scottish guy. But yeah, if you go to the Dark Shadows wiki for Big Finish Productions, they've got a list of 50 different shows they put on. All of those are on Spotify for free right now. They're in that playlist, and then if you Google Bloodlust, a lot of, like, anything with the title Bloodlust is going to come up. So I'm sure there's like metal music and whatnot. But if you look for I think it just says playlist. There's two of them. Like I say, it's broken up into two parts. You do want to listen to the first 8 audio dramas from Dark Shadows first, so you can understand what's going on, since after that 8th one, it does end with a cliffhanger. They really do spend most of Volume 1 introducing characters that you just might care about, you might not. I'm about 50-50. Like, oh, I wanted to hear more about them. Who are these people? Oh, God. They've got more scenes. Why? And then they get to volume 2, and then it gets interesting. And there's one chapter in there way towards the end. It's like volume 12. He didn't even get a chance to say anything. I can't spoil it because you've never seen it. Like, I don't know if that's something I would cover on my own channel. Like sort of want to. We'll see what it's like when I get through covering episode 1245, but because there is more Dark Shadow stuff to cover. Like I have seen the movies, I have House of Dark Shadows and Night of Dark Shadows that I have seen and taken notes on. I would have to go through them again because those notes are from like 2 years ago. Oh, Pam says I met 4 of the astronauts that went to the moon. That is so cool. I'm mostly interested in space travel for how it would affect you, or how it would affect one as far as astrology is concerned, because all of astrology is based on the fact that we're on planet Earth. So, how would you feel as an a Libra, and you went to Venus or an Aries on Mars? Would you feel more like yourself and less like other qualities? Or like, how would that just how would that feel? That's what I'm really interested in. If you're an Earth sign like I am, I'm too claustrophobic to go up in a spaceship, so this would never happen. But as an Earth sign, you leave the planet Earth. How do you feel up in space? Because I've got half of my planets are in air signs. Would it feel better? I mean, it would feel better on my back because of the gravity thing, but does it make you think more clearly? Are you more confused when you're up in space? If I can't wake up in the morning and watch a dark and watch a Gray Still Plays video, I'm gonna be upset. So, like, how does the Wi-Fi work up there? Like, seriously. I don't know. If I can't get to, how will I know when it's 7 p.m. to get into the chat room and watch that for 2 hours? You know, it's like I'm used to a schedule. So, like I've been doing this for over a decade. So what's it gonna like? Will I still? Do you still? Is your internal clock still the same? Like, oh, I should go to bed now. I'm tired. Why is the sun always up? Why can't this motherfucker find a planet and fucking set behind it? What's with this? I'd have to have my sunglasses and a hat on all. I couldn't go again. I'm too. It seems like it would be loud going up in a rocket too. Like I'm not afraid of it exploding or anything like that. So maybe it's boring up there. You just float around and like look at monitors and turn dials and knobs, and your food floats away from you, and the interesting bathroom situation. And this, other than that, it's like, well, let's go for a walk. Let me take a nap and worry about bashing my face on something if I float too far one way or the other. I think zero G would feel good for my back. Pam says we are in space now. It's the gravity that holds us down. The Earth travels at 100,000 miles per hour around the sun. The solar system moves. And we are in the Milky Way. We're heading towards. Yeah, we're going to smash into the Andromeda Galaxy in a few 100 billion years, something like that. Do they have Wi-Fi? When I get there, can I watch Gray Still Plays videos? Do they have Dark Shadows? What do you mean I can't sign into Tubi over here? What the fuck? Yeah, and if you have not watched all of Dark Shadows, don't watch the movies that came out in 70 and 71. Don't do that, because one of them is just like I say, a Dark Shadow speed run any percent. It has characters we haven't come across on the show yet, and then the other one is just like actors we have not had on the show yet, and it's like a completely different storyline timeline from what we're on now. So, like, yes, they're good. I wonder what it's like to have seen the movies and then, like, oh, and there's a TV show that was on for 5 years. Bruh. I wonder if that's confusing or better, but don't do that to yourself. I'm a big proponent of watching things in order, so do that. Brian says, that's the theory. However, I'm not convinced. I don't know, man. One time I was tripping balls and I was flying past planets like Grace still plays when he plays Universe Sandbox too. So, like, I think space is real. I don't think space is fake or anything like that. Some people do. Some people think we didn't go to the moon. Some people think we did. Like I said, I think it was both. I think we went to the moon and, they had the cameras and everything and the people, and they go up there and they take pictures and they come back. But then they go to look at the pictures, they develop them, and then they find out all of the cameras had the lens cover on it. So it all just turned out black. And they're like, fuck, this is the 60s. We can't afford to send these guys up there again. They were just up there. Wait, I know. So then they had to build a set and film it a second time and just hope nobody would notice. Maybe. I don't know. I mean, I wasn't up there. I wasn't in the room at the time, but why would they have built that set? Bill Cooper says there are a lot of opinions out there. It keeps the interwebs interesting. Keck, yeah. I mean, yeah, it's one thing to like lie to people and get them to believe it. Like, I guess we could go up to the moon. It just needs some rockets and some time. They didn't have to worry about being in chat rooms at certain times, so that they had free time like that. Pam says, I saw the movies in 1970 and 71 when they came out. Oh my God. Oh, dude, I would lose all of my shit if I could see those films on the big screen. It's go to the movies and see John Carlin that fucking big. I would fucking die. Oh my God. That's almost what heaven's like. As I said, email me and I will ask your questions. I have a master's degree in astrophysics and cosmology. Whoa. Yeah, because when I say I'm into astrology, people start talking about stars and stuff like that. Like, I don't know. Like, I've got the Starview map, and there's a planet outside of like that way, but I can't tell what it is because it's either like it. No, I'm not going to upgrade. It's a free app, but it's either. Well, it must be Jupiter because there's no way we would see Mercury. Like Jupiter's right over there. But I only know that because of this app. I really just know the astrology side of it. And unlike everybody else who's into astrology, I'll tell you right now, I don't know absolutely everything about it. I know you can't be two signs at the same time. If somebody ever tells you they're two star signs, two sun signs, smile and nod, and then never bring it up to them again because they don't know what they're talking about. So, like, I know the astrology side of things. I just don't know how, like, the planet stuff. I know we have planets, but that's it. I don't know, constellations. I don't know. I'm a YouTuber. I don't go outside. Like, I'm so jealous. Arden was talking about, yeah, I remember my mom dropping me and my friends off to see the Dark Shadows movies in the theaters. I'm like, fuck. Have you seen Daughters of Darkness? That's one you want to buy on DVD. I know they got it for free on Tubi, but there's a bonus track on there you want to listen to. Brian says, I don't think it's fake, but no proof of humans going into space. Low Earth orbit? Yeah, I can buy that. They just got up until like the thinnest layer of the atmosphere, and they're like, close enough. Picture. Oh, okay, let's get back home. I'm hungry. Cam says, I believe in astrology too. We are spiritual beings, and we use reincarnation to experience, to grow our souls. Danny says, I'd just be happy to see Maggie get something to eat, even if it's blood. This girl has, because Willie set that food down in front of her, that thing that looked like fruit cocktail, but she didn't get a chance to eat it. Was there a spoon? I don't think I saw a spoon. So she didn't get that. Barnabas did have drinks for them sitting on the table, and they did the cheers thing. Did she take a sip then? So that's all she had. I mean, I guess we have to assume that, like, during the day, Willie's running meals up to her, but it's not like he's got the time to be down in the kitchen, and I'm sure it's a wood burning stove, like cooking full on meals for her and walking them up the stairs 3 times a day on top of everything else he does. Because Barnabas wouldn't want her, I mean, like, yeah, you got to regenerate blood, but I'm sure he doesn't want her getting in her 2,000 calories a day. He doesn't want her to have the energy to, for lack of a better term, fight back. So, like, what does she get? Like a bowl of cereal and some toast with butter. Yeah, how many calories is this girl getting when I'm sure she's used to eating 3 meals a day and getting coffee? Now she's just got, and getting exercise, I'm sure, but not now. She's just stuck in a room in the one dress, listening to the music box. Okay, I'm sure she gets to drink water, and she's human, so she doesn't want any blood. She wants it to stay in her body. She doesn't want to sip it. Pam says alien species are real. Go see the Disclosure Day movie. Uh, I kind of heard about that secondhand. Aliens have been here for 1,000 years. I know military that have seen them, and so people are, yeah. We got peoples walking around. That's why we get people like trannies. They just look like trannies. That's how they get away with it. If we just look like we got botched plastic surgery, we can walk around and dress like whichever gender we want, and people will think that we're human beings. That's it, Fred. Let's do it. 2026 is information coming out about disclosures about UFOs. 2027 is about we meet them and listen to Bashar. I'm sort of with the X Files when it comes to aliens. Most of it is just the government fucking with people and making folks think that they've seen aliens. Like I've got a friend who said he was abducted by aliens twice, but he's also a raging piss on yourself alcoholic. So consider the source. Brian says, "Nikki, you got to get out more. You can. It's just there's nothing to I've got, for somebody who doesn't like to go outside. I don't really like to go into the caves in Minecraft too much because I miss having the sky above me. There's just nowhere to go other than the store." Oh, Brian says you can see Jupiter and Mercury with your eyes. Like, if I see a really bright star, I assume it's a planet, and then I pull out that it's called Skyview Light, Lite. It's a free app, and I'll just point that, like, it should, like, you can see the sun and the moon and a couple of the whatever we have circling the planet. Pam says Maggie refuses food and Nicholas Blair hypnotized for her to forget. I cannot wait till we get to his episodes. Oh my god, I love that guy. I cannot get enough of that guy sometimes. At first, I didn't care about him until one particular line, and I'll point that out when we get to it. But that dude is so much fun to watch. Yeah, I'm in the storyline where Barnabas has kidnapped Maggie, and she has just tried to stab him when he wants her to be his bride, so he just tried to stab him, and he catches her, and then chucks her in the cell, and that's where we have ended off so far. We owe you, Bill Cooper. If your friend was abducted twice, they must have found something during his first date. So they kidnap people and do butt stuff to them. So they were in San Francisco. That just sounds like the back room of a really shady gay bar. Hey, why are aliens always doing butt stuff? Oh, Pam says everyone should volunteer to help people. Yeah, all those people starving in the world. There wouldn't be people starving in the world if there weren't people with money stopping food from getting to them. Like there's enough planet, there's enough, land to grow enough food for everyone. So if people are starving in one place, it's because people in another place are seeing that that happens. Like there's no reason for like food and things nowadays to be as expensive as it is. Someone's causing that. Like and the gas to move it around as well. Or why is Rich Barris still not drawn that alien spaceship that he's seen 2 or 3 times with his family? Come on, man. Pictures or it didn't happen. He's got the energy. One of his parents was a hummingbird. I don't know, man. I've never been that big of a drinker. How drunk do you have to get to see aliens? He doesn't seem like the type to get drunk and wander around outside. I don't know. Maybe he got that out of his system. From what I understand, he moved to got a better woman to be with, and he's in Hawaii. Pam, yeah, that's right. We are grains of sand on a beach, and there are trillions of stars and planets. That's true. We're just one tiny little speck. Danny says, seems Barnabas is going to shift his direction to Victoria. I jumped ahead a little bit, lol. Because, like, remember he was just saying, or when she came over, talking about how the sheriff doesn't want people to go out alone at night. So I came out here alone at night to tell you that in so many words. But then Barnabas shows back up with that handkerchief, and she's just, oh, I cherish anything to know anything about my family's history because she's like, well, I'm an orphan. Didn't anyone tell you? And Barnabas just gets this little bit of a like, oh, you don't say. Like, I'm into orphans. What else? So, like, things aren't quite working out with Maggie, but he's got a rebound chick right there potentially. But he's still like as mad as Barnabas was at her for trying to kill him, and he was pissed off. I was super scared in that scene. He he could have just killed her. Did Willie really talk him out of it, or does he really really want Maggie to be Josette? So he's like, let me give you one more chance. Okay, I'll give you another chance. Okay, one more chance. Maybe just one more. Okay, one more. And like because Pam hasn't been here before. I have seen the whole series twice now. I'm just going through it with a fine tooth comb and taking notes on it because I got into it initially in 2012 because there were DVDs of it out. And like, yes, I saw the Johnny Depp movie. And then I don't know, like life happens. I got into it again in 2021, like really heavy watching it on Tubi, like just like playing it all the time. But like the first time I went through it, I only got so far. I was still in the black and white episodes. And the second time I go through, I got into the color episodes with David Selby was on the show by then, but I only got so far. And then 2 years ago, I decided, you know what, fuck it. Let me just watch the entire thing, including the beginning. And I blasted through that. I consciously made an effort to slow down. So, like, it took me about 4 months, but I really did slow down at the end because I didn't want it to finish. And by the time I got done, I'm like, dude, I'm hooked. So I went and bought the DVD box set. And so that's what I've been watching them on. Like, they don't have subtitles. That's sort of the only drawback, but the subtitles on Tubi do leave things out. And when I get to it, there's one important line that the subtitles just say mumbling. I'm like, no, he said words. I heard words. There were words there. So they're not paying that close attention. Oh, Pam says you can hear from congressional records and hear ex military speak to Congress. Don't jump to conclusions that they are not real. we're not alone in the universe. Like there can be aliens out there. I don't think every single last thing. Like I don't think the pyramids were built by aliens or anything like that. But like they're out there. They're just like the you see them like freaky looking people and like no that's just they weren't born that way. They were that's an alien. Yeah, Pam. Yeah, Barnabas gets cured of his vampirism, and then we gotta get back to that. Like, how does he? No, yeah, he gets it back though. Yeah, he gets cured by his vampirism, and then yeah, that's it. It happens again. I don't want to spoil anything, but who's Bashar? Is that an American last name? But yeah, Maggie is not getting enough to eat, and I sort of think that's Barnabas is telling Willie to not be feeding her so much, and Willie doesn't seem like a guy who's getting enough to eat anyway. I think his nerves are too bad to be like chowing down the way a normal person needs vitamins. Or maybe he works too hard too. Like he brought like we already know this man, like he's smoking cigarettes, he's drinking coffee with 4 spoonfuls of sugar in it all day long. So like he's running on stimulants himself, so he's just wired for that. Danny's a spoiler alert. I know, right? Oh, Patrick's asking Dandy if he's going out to have a few beers on his for his birthday. Pam says, "I know Bashar is an alien that talks through a person." Okay. Do they have a Twitter? They gotta see what the alien tweeted. Hold on. Oh, Dandy says his friends are taking him out for dinner. Had a little party today at his sister's. Oh, Pam, yeah, make sure to take lots of sedatives from Dr. Hoffman. Yeah, that chick. I had a terrible flash forward, I don't know, a couple of weeks ago, realizing that Dr. Hoffman was going to be on the show and how interesting it's going to be to have to deal with her dialogue. This chick just has an acting style like nothing else. It just, you never know how she's going to deliver a line. She's just all over the place. She's not nervous like Willie, but like this chick, like you never know what her voice is gonna sound out like. If she's gonna, she always keeps you guessing in a good way. She's very interesting to watch. But when I started doing this, I never thought about how I was gonna have to deal with, for lack of a better term, acting out all of these characters. Wheel Evil Cooper says have to head out. Was great to catch you tonight. Nikki, my love. Yeah, thanks for showing up. I'll see you in a chat room next week, so take it easy. I would say smash the like button, but I'm only live on YouTube. I'm not live on. I do have my Twitch chat room opened up, but I'm not multicasting. Multicasting. Brian says I don't dismiss aliens are real. I don't consider them to be from some other star system. More likely, whatever they are, they've been here for a long time, probably longer than we have been. Yeah, I'm sure they've been here for it. It's not like they just showed up in 47. Oh, the website, MUFON. Brian says it's laid out pretty well in the Old Testament. I was learning about them since I was a kid. Oh. Brian says you should tweet the alien, Nikki. Yeah, I don't know if they'd watch Dark Shadows. I don't know if we'd have much to talk about. Who's the best screamer, Carolyn, Julia, or Maggie? I don't. Maggie's been doing some terrible screams, like when Barnabas closes her in the coffin to punish her. That scream there, holy shit. Um, Julia gets some good screams though too. Yeah. And Carolyn is one where for a long time you're watching her on the show, and if you just think she's just some dizzy blonde, go ahead and think that because you will have your mind changed about her by the end of the series. She's not just some ditz playing some flighty blonde chick who's just flipping about guys and just wants to get her own way because she's a rich chick. She's a very multifaceted character, a very layered actress who just probably did not get her due. And I cannot wait to get to the color episodes. I spend a lot of time talking about what Liz is wearing and not as much talking about, say, what like Maggie, Carolyn, Victoria are wearing. But who's Julia? I don't know, Dandy. Who's Julia? We're not there yet. No, we're not there yet. She's a lady who is might be on Dark Shadows, possibly. Like they where we're at, we have not mentioned a Julia yet. So who is that? I don't know. The actress had to practice for their screams. I bet. Yeah. Oh, I cannot scream like that. Well, plus I mean, like the window's always open because of the air conditioner. I don't need the cop showing up, but oh man, some of that screaming, like what kind of tea are they drinking so they don't so their throats don't get raw from all of that yelling? Yeah, Pam. Yeah, some folks have like some folks have seen Dark Shadows back in the day, and like they're just rewatching it now. Yeah, some folks are just like some of these folks have never seen it at all. So it's very much just something that it seems like a lot of folks are just watching the reviews and haven't seen the show, which might seem weird, but I do that anyway. I've seen so much about like The Shining, and I haven't seen that movie. I will watch reviews about stuff and movies and TV shows I have no interest in watching, but I'm just that. Some people cover stuff so well you almost don't need to see it, or like I just don't care enough, or just can't watch the film or whatever it is to see it. So that's just how I get my information about some stuff. Oh, Pam says sorry if I give stuff away though. That's all right. That's all right. Like I don't know. Maybe she's just making up names. Maybe these are people on the show. You'll have to tune in and see. Oh, Pam, did you ever get to meet John Carlin? What was he like? Yeah, like Arden, she's not here right now, but she watched it back in the day. There was the episode with uh, oh shoot, I just forgot her name. David's mom burning up, and she's like, I think this was the first episode I watched. I was like, damn, that's crazy. That's tuned into a show. I think I just saw this woman burn alive in front of her son. What's gonna happen next week? I said her name earlier and I've forgotten it. Laura Collins. Damn, how can I forget that? And then I'm realizing now, like some of the actors were on the show playing one character, and then they come back as another character, and sometimes I don't always put that together. Maybe they're just doing a good job, and I don't realize that happens a few times. There's an actor on the show right now, and they come back and play another character, and it took me about 5 episodes of seeing them to be like, you know what, this guy kind of looks like a slightly older version of that dude. I wonder if it's the same guy. And then I look at the credits like, yes, it's him, and he looks older because he hasn't been on the show for like 2 fucking years and just. Pam says, I have a story. Jonathan and John Carlin, they had a coffin on stage, and Jonathan went in it, and John Carlin was trying to help him out. They were in their 60s and 70s during that time. Oh man, just like this got heavier over the years. Pam says all the actors have played several roles on Dark Shadows. Yeah, that's a good thing about it. And then you get into the section area where, like, are we supposed to think that there is reincarnation, or is it just the fact that, hey, we're not going to hire new people, they're already on the payroll, so now you're playing this lady, or you're playing this guy, or you're a whole other first and last name, so you can have that little fight in your head about it, like how in the stage play that the father in Peter Pan is always the same actor as Captain Hook. Is it just, are we, is it like supposed to be a connection, or is it just the fact like we're not going to pay somebody else to do this? We're not giving you two paychecks. Everyone was laughing, and so was John Kay and Jonathan Frid. You gotta laugh it off. You gotta laugh it off here in the moment. They were stage actors, so that they would know how to play it off. Oh man, it's coming up on 2 hours here. I'm gonna plug this back in. I just a little bit close. I don't want this chiming off for when the battery gets low. I just don't want you guys to have to hear it. Oh, what would you think of Dark Shadows doing a Mummy story with Barnabas? You know what? Considering the fact that The Mummy from 1999 is my favorite movie ever, I'm sort of a little surprised that they didn't do anything with an actual mummy. But if they would have done it back then, it might have been a little bit too hokey, a little bit too cheesy, and that's kind of weird to say about a show that does have some a cheese factor to it. But I would like to see that just like something ancient Egyptian ish on the show would have been interesting to just see how they do it. Just their take on it. Or if they went on for another year, they could have added that in, something like that. That would have been interesting. That's one thing I'm sort of surprised that they didn't do, because they sort of do like a Frankenstein thing. Of course, they got the vampire thing going on. They sort of touch on the a universal monsters area. Let me put it like that without giving too much away. I mean, you can always, if you need to get in touch, my email is nikkimcarlin@gmail.com. You can always comment on any of my posts or in any of the videos, and I get those. So I'm always around. One has to get online every day. But yeah, I'm so glad I did a balcony chat with you guys. It was great to talk about Dark Shadows. Again, you can watch the audio dramas, all of them, on Spotify. You can get Vanilla Minecraft, and it has dark mode. There's just a few steps to go through to add it on. It doesn't like come with it, but you can get it for free. So that's nothing else. Extra. I mean, yeah, it's an extra hoop to jump through, but you don't have to open up your wallet twice. Yeah, thanks for showing up, Pam. That was some great stories about the cast and stuff. It's crazy to still be talking about something that's been going on for 60 years and is still going strong with like the original folks who watched the show, and new generations finding it. And it's just wild that so many people are keeping it alive, so it must be good if it's still going strong after 60 years. Andy says, I haven't been out on the balcony yet tonight. Patrick says, great show, Nikki. Many thanks. Take care, chat. Be blessed. Yeah, everybody, take it easy. Don't forget your pants. Get something good to eat. Get some good sleep. Don't forget to smash the like button on the way out. Pam says she's trying to find a YouTube video of the coffin business. That would be fun to see. So, check out Dark Shadows on Tubi for free right now. Everything I brought up is free except for Minecraft. The Lizard says, love you, Nikki. Yeah, love you too. I will definitely be seeing you guys in a chat room. And then next week, I'm not quite sure. It depends on the other show. I would like to do another balcony chat next week, preferably on a Friday. And then definitely next Saturday, a regular Dark Shadows review. So it might be 2 shows, but definitely the Saturday show, we'll see. Just, pay attention to the I always post on Thursday what I'll be doing the following week, so just make sure you are looking out for the posts, make sure you're subscribed. Pam, yeah, I can, it won't let you share any, it won't let you share links in the chat room, like, while I'm live. It might let you put it in the comment section, though, so if you find it, you can put it in the comment section. It may let you put it in a post. I've personally never tried that. I just know it doesn't let anybody post links in the chat room. YouTube's just set up like that. But yeah, I mean, I'm live every Saturday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, so you can always catch me here. I'll see you guys in a chat room between now and the next show. So check it out, listen to some audiobooks. Stay cool next week. It's gonna be so ungodly hot. Stay drink water, stay cool. Wait till nighttime to do stuff. Don't overheat. Don't get sick. None of that stuff like that. Really do take care of yourself in the heat. John Rogers says, "Good night, Nikki." So does Lizard. And want to go to. Oh, Pam, you have a nice July 4th. You have a nice 4th of July. Be safe if you go out. I'm sure I'll be having fireworks outside of the window while the sun's still up. I don't know why they do that, but I'm right on the water now. I get seagulls out there. It's like being at the Blue Whale. Oh, Pam says this was a lovely chat. Oh, thank you. I'm from the chat room anyway, so that's why I try to be in here and mix it up with you guys. Like I say, my buddy passed away in 2014, and that really fucked me up, and I'm just not the same person anymore. But then I found all you guys, and then that became a channel for me. So you guys keep me on an even keel. You guys keep me focused on something good and help me keep my shit together when it feels like everything's falling apart. So thank you guys for being awesome and sexy and based. And you never leave your pants on the floor. You always take them with you. So I love seeing all you guys. Take it easy. Stay cool. Brian, the seagulls are fun. Yeah, every time I hear that, it's like, yeah, I just like being at the Blue Whale. Minus the alcohol. Danny says, love you, Nikki. Yeah, love you guys too. You guys are all the best. So everybody take it easy. Have fun. Watch some Dark Shadows. Happy anniversary to the show, of course. Until next time.